So that's technology for you. For some reason, it seems like the internet around here likes to reset at the same time every single day. And hey, there's Aiden again. Hey, Aiden.
How's it going?
Sorry about that. I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
The
no problem.
Our Ethernet connection went down, and it's back. So
Awesome.
I don't know.
Perfect.
Where were we?
I think we were talking about the draft and the level of play,
Yeah.
and things like that. I don't remember the exact question we were on. I think we were kind of in between there in transition, but yeah, we had just gone over some of the stuff with the MLB draft, and I
Yeah.
think you're asking him about just kind of what he sees for himself and his near future and things like that before the internet cut out.
So yeah, let's go there. Like, what do you see for yourself? As far as um, making it to the show.
I mean, obviously, like you said, everyone in the futures league, that's kind of their goal. So obviously, that's kind of mine as well. If things all work out, and being at like a smaller New England D3, it's not as common, but we've had a few guys sign or drafted or whatever it is. I think currently we have a couple right now. I think the highest, maybe we have a guy in AAA out of Trinity. So if I get to that point, whether it's playing indie ball or whether it's playing under an organization, that's my goal. But I think I like to be where my feet are right now, and just want to keep playing this summer and keep having fun going to next year at Trinity. Hopefully, gonna win a NESCAC championship, and then see from there.
So let's say baseball doesn't work out. Now, I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy. I'm not trying to throw some bad juju down your way. What is it? What is it you'd like to do? I mean, I don't know what you're studying in college, but uh, if baseball, because it will work out, but if just say in another universe it doesn't, where would you go? What would you do?
I mean, I'm an econ major at school, so I don't really have too many plans behind baseball right now.
I don't either,
But
man.
yeah, so
I don't. This is
it's
all a joke here. I don't know. We're just
yeah,
messing around.
it could be working, using that degree and work in baseball somehow. It could be something completely different. I couldn't really tell you, but if baseball doesn't work out, I would say working in baseball, maybe using an econ degree. We have a good amount of Trinity guys also, working for MLB organizations, not just playing in them. But so maybe that could be the backup plan if needed.
Um, I was just going to say something to you, Adam, but of course, being 59 years old, things just leave your head. Whenever. You take it from here? 'Cause I'm mad at myself because I can't remember what I was going to ask you.
Well, I think staying on the topic of Trinity, I know we've talked about it, but what's it like when you get to see the new Britain Bees? I know Matt Gedman, he's a really nice guy. He's one of your coaches over there at Trinity. What's it like to see him on the other side?
It's a lot of fun. You know what I mean? Usually it's if I'm hitting well or struggling and I need to talk to someone, he's in the dugout with me. But like if I struggle or play well, it's a lot different seeing him in the opposite dugout. But it's at the same time, it's like I know if I need to, I can reach out to him because he's still watching me. Obviously, when I'm playing against him, if I need any advice, which I have been using him for some advice, I've also used him to hit with once or twice this summer, which makes it uh, really fun and just it's a lot different than it is at school. So
No, certainly, and I think it's like exciting that you obviously that not just being able to play in this league, but to have one of your own coaches be able to watch your development. Does he give you tips or feedback, or maybe things maybe that he's noticed from your game while he's watching you play against him?
yeah, he has definitely. I reached out to him a couple times, just asking him what he sees if I have a bad game or something like that, and he isn't hesitant to reach out right away and tell me what's going on, just because he knows me really well, and I know him really well, and I talk to him a lot at school, so we have a really good relationship in terms of I'm not ever afraid to reach out to him if I need anything. He'll reach out to me. I'll send him video. So I think it's really helpful that even though I'm not on his team, I'm still able to have another coach, that I'm able to reach out to and get advice from.
No matter where you are, coach is going to coach.
That's right.
You know, especially if you have a relationship with that coach. I have kids from fall ball, that I see all the time. They
Really?
still ask me questions. It's like,
That's
live your
awesome.
life, kid. Live your life. So one of the big things that has been around Sea Unicorn Nation really since the beginning of the year is a word. It's three-peat. It seems like it's a little more difficult maybe this year compared because Bravehearts, they definitely seem to be the team to beat.
For sure.
They have a pretty stacked lineup. How do you guys feel about going up against the Bravehearts when it comes playoff time? I mean, do you guys feel more confident this time of the year as if it instead of the first half of the year?
100% more confident. I think we played them in a doubleheader last weekend, lost the first one by like 2, and won the second one. We were beating them this past week 2-0 before the game got canceled because of the rain. And I think they can swing it pretty well, but I think our pitching's a little bit better, and I think that our hitting has gotten better and is gonna continue to get better to a point where we'll be able to overmatch them, especially come playoff time.
You have any final words there, Adam?
No, I think we've said it all. But yeah, I like our team's chances. I don't like I said earlier, and I'll leave it at. I don't think it matters who's on the other side. It's about our dugout and what we believe in as a team, and it comes down to pitching. And
Yeah.
I think we've benefited from some great pitching, and as long as the bats stay hot, that's all you need. You just got to get hot at the right time of the year, and anything's possible.
They always say, good pitching beats good hitting, right? Yeah. So, Aiden, any final words for today's show that maybe you want to go ahead and express to any Sea Unicorn fans?
Yeah, no, just thanks for having me, and go Sea Unicorns.
All right, Aiden Stern, thank you very much. The Norwich Sea Unicorns left fielder. Adam, play-by-player, at play-by-player on most socials, right?
That's right.
All right.
On all of them.
And I'm just at SNSN Sports, so whatever. Anyway, Aiden, thank you very much, and we'll see you on the diamond.
Thank you.
Adam, thanks, man.
Thank you.
We'll see you next week on Unicorns for Lunch.